Hey guys, Maximus85 here, back with another video, and this time we're talking about Steel Crossfire, aka Transformers Crossfire, which is a Roblox video game, and it is the best Transformers game we have right now. Hasbro is doing nothing for the gaming industry for us, pushing out absolutely terrible games like mobile games and just terrible collabs. Yeah, it's been terrible. But Steel Crossfire is the remake of Transformers Crossfire, which unfortunately got taken down due to DMCA by Hasbro themselves, which, when you really think about it, fair enough. I mean, they were reusing models, sound effects, voice actors, and music, so it's basically a one-to-one recreation of the Revenge of the Fallen video game multiplayer, but on Roblox. So fair enough, but honestly, when we're going to get into this video, I think the remake is better, so let's get into it. So the big elephant in the room is the characters. Now, I'm assuming that's the real reason they got DMCA'd in the first place, is because of the models and the characters, and they were just too similar. So what they did was, well, they made their own OCs, which honestly I find so much better. It's more refreshing, it's more unique, and we'll get into more why I think that in a moment, but yeah, let's just get into the characters. Okay, so first I'll go through the characters I own, only because it's very hard to get characters in this game, which we will talk about later, don't worry. But we will start with saying their actual names in the game, but I'll be calling them by who they're supposed to be, because I'm not going to remember who the hell Point Runner is, okay? For the Autobots, I'm not saying their actual name, we have Point Runner, or Bumblebee, is your starter Autobot. He's pretty much the same as he was before, but he's just orange now, so yay. Skyflare, or Air Raid? I hate him. Yeah, not the flying controls are just off. I remember them fixing it in Transformers Crossfire, but I think they've reverted it back to the original controls. I don't know, it just doesn't feel nice to control. Also, his weapons are terrible. You just can't kill as Air Raid, and it's just, yeah, I don't really like playing as Air Raid. Then we have Centurion Major, or Delta Magnus. He's okay. He looks amazing. I'm currently making a custom version of this guy because I just love the design. But his secondary gun is kind of whack. It doesn't do enough damage, and the fire rate is terrible. It's just not very viable, although his primary weapon is actually very good, and I quite like it. But yeah, you're basically forced to use his primary, which is alright. Also, I swear he's voiced by J-Motion. I don't know, I just hear his voice in him. Now for the Decepticons, or the Reavers. Why couldn't you just call them the Reapers? Hardline, or Barricade. He's honestly OP. He's small, his guns are really good, and overall I think he's the most fun I've had playing as him. And he's a starter character. And he's just really OP. So if you are playing Crossfire, please don't buy any of the other Decepticons unless you just really, really like them. Because this guy is honestly really good. Rough Cut, or Stockade, he's kind of bad. He doesn't feel as powerful as he should be, and his secondary, although fast, doesn't really hit well. And then his other gun is basically just Hardline or Barricade's primary weapon, but just worse, and I don't really like him. Skirmish, or Brawl, is actually really cool. I love how his primary guns are the ones on his back, but his secondary weapon is kind of mid. I don't know, it just doesn't feel like I'm doing enough damage, especially for like the third character you can get in the game. But other than that, I think his primary weapons are really cool, and yes, you can shoot in his vehicle mode. That's really cool. Now for the characters I don't own. Beta, or Megatron, or Tarn, or Scourge, I don't know who this guy's supposed to be, is the one I'm saving up for the most. I'm only like 6,000 away, but we'll get there. Strato, or Strato? I'm thinking it's Strato, or Starscream. He seems cool, but again, he is a jet, and jets on this game are janky as hell. Bastion, no, not that one, or Ironhide, cool car mode. Yeah. And lastly, Rev, or Rev, yeah, or Jolt. Yeah, he's just the guy you buy first because he's the only one for 500 Energon cubes. There's no real uniqueness to him. Except for that car mode. That car mode's pretty cool. Alright, now that we're over the characters that have changed, let's actually talk about the gameplay. You know, the thing that this game is based on. everything is the same, basically, for better or for worse. For the better, though, the maps are the same. The game modes they introduced before the shutdown still are present, but I do feel like the melee got nerfed. I could be wrong, but I remember back in Transformers Crossfire, melee slamming used to be OP as hell, but now, barely in effect. Getting Energon to buy characters is still a pain. Also, speaking of game modes, can we get a deathmatch in here, please? I really just want to kill people, you know? I really wish they heard the criticism and actually made getting Energon better. Like, you get barely anything. You only get 25 cubes for killing someone, and that's if you kill someone, as it seems it's pretty easy to kill Steel in this game. Like, you can do all the damage, and then one guy shoots one bullet and gets the Energon. It's just really annoying. And that's if you land an assist, you can get 15 Energon cubes. Also, winning, you only get 75. I definitely think they should make it the double Energon event permanent. Also, I still can't access the daily rewards. Give me my free Energon! Also, I hate transforming in this game. Yeah, and I know it's a Transformers game, but hear me out. Usually in Transformers games, you use the alt mode to get into a fight or escape it. But in this game, trying to escape a fight is nearly impossible. The transformation just seems too long, and you're basically idle until it finishes. And you can't just boost off, because if you do boost, it just won't boost. You're stuck in the same position, and it's really annoying. Also, turning in vehicle mode is still a bitch. By the way, I think matches go on for way too long. Maybe just cut it down a minute so it's like 4 minutes a match. I just feel like 5 to 6 minutes is a bit too long. In conclusion, what are you doing? Hey, wait!
Don't wait!
Anyways, in conclusion, I think skins would be the greatest thing to come to this game. Now, we used to have skins back in Transformers Crossfire, but obviously those were actually Transformers. So, skins, just give me some skins. I really want to just like wear different colors on these Transformers. And now that they're OCs, you don't have to, you know, stick to like having Sideways turn into Dead End or Bumblebee just being gold. You can just add any color you want. Sort of. Because they still need to abide by the DMCA rules. They can't just make the They can't just make Delta Magnus into Optimus Prime colors, because that would be copyright. So they have to be very careful on what colors they do. But I do hope they come out with new colors very soon, because I need to spend my Energon on something other than Transformers, you know? Just give me a pink Centurion Major, please! Also, again, like I said in previously, I really hope they bring Deathmatch into the game. Listen, capture the point, pretty cool. Team Deathmatch, classic. But Deathmatch, yeah! But again, like I said in the start, I'm going to talk about why I think the new changes are good. Who cares if they're not Transformers characters, right? How many games are out there that you can play as Optimus, Bumblebee, and Megatron, right? You can play as those in almost any Transformers game that are out there, either fan or official. So, having OC Transformers is great. They're now our characters. We can put our own story on them, our own voices, our own spin, and that's cool. You know, I'm making a custom of Centurion Major, okay? That fan art is going to be made, well, hopefully, fan art's going to be made of these characters, okay? And it's just cool to play as something that isn't just another Optimus and another character. Oh, look, that character, I know him from the comics. No, this time it's going to be new and unique. And I think this might help as Crossfire stand out from the rest. I mean, it already did stand out from being one of the best Transformers fan games out there right now, but now that they have OCs, I think it's better. I think it's just really fun, and it's just not, oh look, another Optimus, you know? It's Delta Magnus, but it's called Centurion Major, and he turns into a fire truck, because hell yeah! So, I see people complaining that, you know, they're not Transformers, so they're not going to play the game. The gameplay hasn't changed whatsoever, okay? And if you don't like the characters that they introduced or the designs, that's a skill issue, my friend. Just play the game like normal, okay? It feels the same, it just has a little bit different characters, and heck, you can't even tell they're different characters because you're always looking from the back. So, yeah. So that was my conclusion. I hope, you know, more characters also. We need more characters. Originally, obviously, we had like, you know, Jetfire and all that, but they can't really bring them into the game. So I hope more characters come. Please give me like an Apache helicopter. I just be unique. You know, give me a speedboat transformer on the ground. Who cares? It's a video game. Defy the laws of gravity and physics. Okay, have myself a speedboat transformer. Heck, a Spidersaurus. Give me Spidersaurus. We all love a Spidersaurus, don't we? But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all later in the next one. Bye.